All right, let's move on
All
to
right,
Garnt.
let's move on to my one.
What you got?
So try to not include anime on here, as I normally talk about my favorite anime that comes out as my job. So there's only one anime on here, and that's because I can't really talk about it on my final best year of list.
That One Piece fan letter.
That is One Piece fan letter, and basically the reason I'm probably not going to include it is just because it's a 20 minutes short film.
Okay.
But in terms of like a short film, this is everything that I fucking love about storytelling. It's telling an interesting story within a very short time span where you get invested, you get that emotional outcome, and it's just a beautiful, it's just a beautiful piece of work. If you haven't watched One Piece, you probably will not understand this, but for any One Piece fan, this is the best kind of fan service that you could get.
Right.
What is it about?
Okay, so One Piece fan letter takes place during basically post Whitebeard War arc.
Okay.
Okay, so it basically people keep calling it filler, and I'm like, it's an anime original story. Okay, it doesn't mean it's filler, but it's a story about several characters, but all of them are just normal people living in this world of One Piece, right?
Yeah.
So you have the main girl there who is basically like a mega fan of Nami, and all she wants to do is meet like the Straw Hat crew.
Right.
And and then you have some other characters who are basically like just normal grunts in the Marine. And you basically see what it's like just to be a normal fucking person, just to be a fucking cockroach.
Yeah, just watching the world just like destroy itself.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah. And there are just like some amazing sequences in this that just really humbles you to just what the fuck is, like, how crazy the world of One Piece is. There's this one scene that really stands out where it's like, it's right in the middle of the Whitebeard War arc, and we follow these two brothers who are just fucking fighting for their lives in the middle of this war, right? And they see just admirals tearing shit apart, and just the Whitebeard gang just like invading stuff like that. And there's this moment where I believe like either like a massive tidal wave comes in or like a fucking huge ice block just like falls down middle of the war, and you're like, as a normal person, what the fuck are you meant to do? You know?
What am I doing here?
Yeah. And it was like such an amazing piece of storytelling, because it was almost like, you know, kind of like you are just like watching two people being completely helpless against people who are like completely overpowered in this world. And it's just the story of like this guy desperately trying to find his brother who he has lost on the battlefield.
Right. It like weirdly humanizes the NPCs of the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was such an interesting concept just to see what is it like to live in One Piece and not be one of the named characters.
Like going to Shibuya during the Shibuya incident. You're like,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right?
It's like, oh, hell no. Oh, my God.
Hell no.
Is that a panda? What the fuck's going on?
And
That's fun, though.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like genuinely.
It's just 20 minutes long?
It's just 20 minutes long.
Oh, okay.
So is this like an indie animation or like?
So it's from Toei Animation. I believe they just made it. So it's one of the, I think one of the best animated pieces of work One Piece has done as well.
Right.
I mean,
and it's,
go ahead, sorry.
yeah, it's like movie level animation. It has like its own unique art style as well.
And the world of One Piece is like almost like the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they, you know, tried to be like, let's try and do some side things.
Yeah. Because what watching
Like
this made me
original.
realize is, you know, the world of One Piece is so vast that you could make a series like, you know, something like the Penguin, for example.
When are we going to get the crocodile?
No shit, honestly.
That would actually be
honestly, Baroque Works.
Gritty.
Just imagine a Baroque Works anime that takes place in the world of One Piece.
Dude, that would be so fire.
Like, it just makes, like, this made me
The one
realize.
with all the assassins?
Yeah, the one with all the assassins.
So you want to be number 9, huh? Well, you got to work your way up.
Yeah,
Ain't
like,
that easy?
It made me realize there is so much potential for just interesting storytelling in the world of One Piece that isn't just being fucking suited up pirates that can solo like an army. You know?
For sure.
And this was an amazing concept. Any One Piece fan, highly recommend you watch this. It's only 20 minutes.
Sounds like even I could enjoy it.
Huh?
Sounds like even I could enjoy
Yeah,
it.
I think even you can enjoy
read
it.
a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you put Three Body Problem. The TV show?
Yeah, the TV show.
I've never heard of this.
I've never had a quicker loss of a chub in my life than this show.
Oh, really?
This started off so strong and then became so bad by the end of the season, I felt.
So I've kind of come to like a realization, for example, where I was like, you know, I too watched Shogun this year. I too watched The Penguin this year, and you know, I've come to realize that a similar take to what I feel about Breaking Bad, where I can objectively say these are amazing fucking shows. These are amazingly written, amazingly crafted TV shows, right? But I'll be honest, I'm probably going to forget about them or forget the exact like.
What the fuck are you saying?
Because there are sometimes there are certain things and ideas that stand out to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And to me, the Three Bodies Problems stands out to me just because the ideas presented in this show, it's not the cleanest show in the world, right? But the ideas presented in this show are just so fucking interesting.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I got so hooked on it. I thought the concept was like amazing.
Do you want to explain the concept? Because I've never even heard of this before. If you can.
How can I explain it without spoiling it?
I mean, it looks sci-fi.
Do you know what the Three Body Problem is?
No.
It's, in planetary orbits, it's said that it is like impossible, I believe, to figure out the orbit of a third planet in a two planet.
Okay.
I could be saying this wrong. I'm not very good at this stuff.
Right.
To my understanding, it's so difficult to calculate that.
Right.
Yeah.
3 points of masses.
Yeah.
So how three bodies
because it becomes really chaotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even now we can't predict what the movement will be when you have three bodies in the system, because if the initial conditions are just slightly off, that vastly changes the behavior.
We've got a big ass formula right there.
It's like chaos theory.
No, this is literally chaos theory, right? Where we can predict it up to a certain point, but unless you know the exact initial conditions, you cannot predict the three bodies problem. But this show basically takes all of the interesting ideas that you hear about in sci-fi, in is this a spoiler? I can't remember what's a spoiler in Three Bodies Problem and what isn't anymore.
Right.
Instead, I'll just tell you the first episode. Right.
Okay.
Because
I just still love the my lord. I can't stop fucking thinking about it. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, it is cheesy, but
I know. I love it.
Yeah, I loved it because there were like so many interesting. Obviously, this was like, let's take all the interesting thesis papers and just try to make a TV show around it.
I remember the first episode, but you should explain it. 'Cause you should explain things good.
Okay,
Or
the first episode, right, is for some reason, a lot of scientists in the world suddenly are just dying. Okay. A lot of them are committing suicide. Some of them are just mysteriously dying off, and no one can really explain why. So there's this one scientist who is working on, I believe, a new technology, microthreads, that is like a new nanotechnology. And one day, she has a countdown that appears, just like kind of like just
like Death Note.
Yeah, like Death Note. It just appears, and she doesn't know what it means, right?
It was counted down I think 2 days.
Yeah, it's kind of like 2 days. She doesn't know what will happen, but with the news cycle, she can kind of guess what's going on, and she's not sure how to deal with it. And one day she randomly meets someone who seems like she's in like part of a mysterious cult or something, and she talks about the countdown, and she's like, okay, what you need to do if you really want to be a true believer, right, is at this point in time, just look up at the sky, and the sky will look back at you, right? And so it all builds up to like what will happen at this point in time. So the episode ends when she looks up and she can see like the night sky, and the entire sky just starts flicking on and off, like a literal
all
like
the stars.
Yeah, all the stars just start flicking on and off, on and off, on and off.
Okay.
And you're just like, what the fuck is happening right now? Right. And so a lot of season 1 is like building on this mystery of like just exactly what the fuck is going on with this world. It's kind of turning into chaos, into anarchy. And there are so many like twists and turns with where the show goes. But what I will say is a lot of the twists and turns are based on hypothetical scientific theory that I fucking fall asleep to.
It's the science of it all. Is it really kind of make believe interesting if you're into that?
Kind of.
Is it like actually based on real theories, or this is just theories that the show?
I think there's like they take an element of truth and then twist it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like they take some really interesting concepts that are real concepts and then kind of like butcher it into being more of a fiction.
Yeah. So let me say like one of the theories that is contained in this. Have you heard of the dark forest theory?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know what that is, so you can explain as well.
So the dark forest theory is, what's that paradox where we don't know why we're alone in the universe again?
It's not a Lenz's law. What's it called? It's like, if there's, it's this paradox of if there is if there is intelligent life out there, then why haven't they contacted us?
Why haven't they contacted us?
Fermi's paradox.
Fermi's paradox. That's it.
Silent, hostile.
So this is the dark forest is one of the hypothetical solutions to the Fermi paradox, which is the question is why, if we are not alone in the universe, why have we not been contacted yet? And the dark forest theory says that one of the solutions to that is that no one wants to transmit themselves, broadcast their existence to the wider world, right? Because they know that if they broadcast their existence, there's probably going to be a deadlier being that will snuff them out. Because we know from humans, if we see something or if we see an animal or an object or anything that is stupider than us, then that doesn't end well for the less intelligent being. Either they get snuffed out.
I think it's called the 99% problem.
Yeah.
It's something like that, where it's like chimpanzees and humans are 99% genetically similar, and it's that 1% difference that makes the difference between humans and chimpanzees. And it's like, well, if only 1% of difference made that, then like who knows what's out there in the universe.
I mean, it was a cool show, cool ideas, but there was so many problems.
It sounds right up my alley.
But it was honestly that's what I'm saying.
It was the showrunners were the Game of Thrones ones.
Oh, okay.
The brothers.
The brothers,
Those who fucked Game of Thrones.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so half the cast is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So you're watching the show, you're like,
yeah,
what's this guy? What's this guy? And I will say, and I know this is like a whatever criticism, the CGI in the show is so bad.
Oh, really?
It's diabolically awful.
Damn.
It's shit. It's actually impressive how bad the CGI is for a top budget, like modern.
How bad are we
show.
talking? Are we talking like,
dude,
like live action Japanese, like Japanese production live action anime bad, or?
Dude, the CGI is just like all the Reddit.
What was with the CGI?
I'm banging the shit. Yeah, it's just weird, man. It looks really like it looks like it's like 15 years old, like the CGI. And there's some core scenes that really rely on it, and it just makes them like there's like one scene that would be like really intense, and it's kind of ruined because the CGI just kind of makes it dumb.
Right.
I agree. The CGI in this is not the greatest.
The boat CGI was so bad.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't help but just laugh. It wasn't fun. It wasn't bad at all. Like sorry, it wasn't like scary at all or like horrible because. It's bad.
The boat scene just came out of nowhere. I'll be honest.
I didn't mind the idea of it.
I didn't mind the idea. It was just
like the animation.
It was just weird. The vibe of it was weird. But I would say like I said, I very much enjoyed The Penguin. I very much enjoy Shogun. But sometimes you just watch a series that is just right up your alley for the type of ideas and the type of ideas presented in it. And this was it for me. This was everything that I want in a TV show. Mind-breaking ideas with puts into a drama. Wasn't the cleanest, but I really, really